Grand AM. We at to the top of the next hour of the next video. This is part 2, coming to you at 1000 hours 39 minutes. It is August 24th, 2022. This is part 2 from the 3-part videos we're going to do today, and just got done with part 1. And I put all the information on the channel that you need. This is Otto Williams Jr. and coming with you today. This is part of the Brother Talk series, and as you see, it's part of the Brother Talk series and everything. And over here, we are changing the narrative for Black men, and we're showing it and portraying it as it should be. And the Brother Talk series presents a community unified we can. This is a Old Grounds production. And our mission, I went over it in the first video. If you've seen the first one, if you've seen these. So after a while, you're going to keep seeing this. Overall, I'm not going to say the whole thing again. This is the portrayal of African descendant Indigenous Black men in America. Give up our opportunity to write our narrative from now on. This channel to show our brothers, fathers, uncles, sons, grandfathers, and everybody that we present our own and have our truth to everything of what is and what is not. And don't go to other people, come to the Black man, which is me and other brothers, our fathers. Salute, brother, appreciate you. And everybody, you come to us. We don't speak negative on this channel. We're not being negative during the Brother Talk series. The outlook is to promote good, positive outlooks in every topic, the subject, and that's our objective. So let's get into it. This is one of the videos that I want everyone to see. This is going to be for the part 2 of our discussion, which, woo, I know the brothers out here, we going to have a lot to say on this one, but it's not the down, it's to get back that authority over our own narrative. And this narrative is going to show you a bad narrative of what we should never and we would never do. Grand Rising. Yep. I'm Hopstead. This is Otto Williams Jr. He's a Hopstead. He's a simp. I'm an uncle. I'm a role model, role figure to all my young brothers out there. I don't have no shame in my game. If anyone say otherwise, tell them to come to me. I'm ready for the truth. So within this video, it's the last part of from We Need to Talk, my brother, the Aboriginal Indigenous. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's who we are. And this is what it's about. So I'm going to just put it full screen so you just can see. And listen to what she has to say. And I'm going to write down some points and we're going to talk about it. And if you want to, I want to do the video first. Then people want to come up after we talk, we go over the points, and then we talk not so much against, but with understanding of these points in which why they would be a bad idea versus if that's a man lifestyle or changing, you'll see, and the words will come as we go along. Yes, sir. So as we go along, so let's get further ado into the video. Let's share it. I hope it don't mess up as it usually does. I don't know why it does that. I have my love for each streaming platform. So, and this is the topic. Oh, sorry, I didn't go over why this is part 2 for the day. Good Black men should be as bad boys, and why is that a bad idea? So that's part 2 of this. So I want you to listen with your kind ears what she have to say, and then we're gonna discuss it.
Why are we attracted to
So
the bad
basically,
boy?
do you think it's nature or do you think it's nurture?
I think it's nature.
Okay.
I think it's nature.
Okay.
And we have to unlearn
Okay.
as we go along. And hopefully, we don't unlearn too late. That although what you're attracted to is really what you're attracted to, you can unlearn what attraction means to you and why you're attracted to that thing. You can sit there, and I've had to self-reflect. So it's possible to I know that it's possible to self-reflect and dig deep to understand why you're attracted to something. And that's where I think nurture comes into play, because you can honor that. We're not animals, right? Just because something looks good doesn't mean it is good. And typically, what you're attracted to maybe is not what you need. What you want is not what you need, right? The bad boy, although the bad boy, there's attractive qualities to that bad boy, but I think it's a sexual attraction.
So this is what I want you to do for me, because I am interested in part of my, I guess, North Star is if I can imbue, I don't even know if I'm using that word properly, the good guys, the Russell Wilsons, with some future characteristics so they can compete with the future, and they could, you know what I mean? We can read, because I think there is something to learn from everybody. So for the Russell Wilsons of the world, for the good, wholesome dudes that typically get looked over because there isn't that animalistic initial or...
And we need that.
What can they learn from the guys who get that initial animalistic? What piece of their game can they steal?
It's interesting that you say that, because what I see from the manosphere space is that women are shamed for what they're attracted to, but they're attracted to that for a reason, right? And instead of shaming it, like you said, we should instead maybe teach the men that are less successful with women to be more well-rounded, to attain just as much success, and they will have more success, because it would lead to more longevity and more families in the Black community, because we see what Black women are attracted to, and Black women are attracted to the future type, because I mean, if Black men want to be the future, there's no Black man that's looking at future and saying,
Whew. She said a whole lot in that, and I appreciate you for letting me know to mute myself. I don't know if I did that last time, but I didn't. Probably I didn't. But whoo, she said a lot, and I took down some things, so I had to stop because that was a lot. And again, it's not negative. It's the look at outlooks. So why should the good Black men that, okay, so I want to start. This is at the 10-minute mark. Why should good black men listen to what this woman just said? Because she spoke on different things. She spoke on. She said it would feel as is nature or is it nurtured? Can we unlearn through attraction, nature and nurture? What? And I have put down because she said something. I said, so what is good for the good man when he's coming to present himself to women? It's bad boys is what women desire, but is more sexual. And why is that? Because she said of his, I call it his proudness. And I think that's I used to say aggressiveness, his proudness. So if majority of women enjoy or want that aggressiveness, she want the same thing out of the good men. So you want good men to be as them, but you still want them to be good. That's why I will say I would want to, this is part 2 to the day, but I would say I would want a part 2 open panel and discussion board now, maybe later on today or sometime next week, where we get people that watch the video, that watch that segment of the video. And oh yes, I got to do for the first video where I got that video from. So I got to point out the channel where it came from. And I won't say, why is this very harmful and hurtful? If we do that, why will it harm and hurt our community? So first start off, the bad boy love is overestimated. Why is it the bad boy love is overestimated? Well, from what I understand is why I say it's overestimated, because of what she was talking about. She was saying how he carried himself, how he is. He's more fun. His proudness or aggressiveness is more attractive to more black women. But that's not true for all black women. But it goes to show, for at least according to our statistics of single motherness and our single mother or single women rate and single men rate, it's over 60%. That's more than half of black women are single or single mothers, or black men that are. So the same percentage. This is why this statistic, I can't get mad at it. The single mother rate, the single black woman rate, and the single black man rate are all in 60%. So what that says about that statistic, if I cite the sources, I would say, even though that's 3 and I hate odd numbers, but at least it's even across the board. That means 60, 60, and 60. That's even. So I would have to say that that's 100% correct. So we have to now look at, why do we have a 60% single mother rate, single black women rate, and single black men rate, or indigenous people rate? So why do we have that? Because this is just one outline of our race. I can say our race, women prefer bad boy type of men. So if they prefer those type of men, where do good black men stand? Is it through nature or nurture? I get why she says do nature or nurture, right? Because you got to think about this. She said it's innate. So I mean, you're born with it, don't matter what. So she said that, but she agreed that it's because they're made that way. So that's the dynamic of a woman. It's the want aggressive men. Is that the dynamic of all women? No. But so to her, the majority of women prefer them. But and then the brother brought a point, but he said, if you believe you are just automatically born that way, as you were born a man or a woman, and your biology and your chemistry of who you are, your genes determines who you are, how is it that you only want a certain type of man? And she said, which is like not a contradiction. She said the environment. So you're not born that way. So she said, so she would have to say that is nurtured into. So I call it nurtured, fostered, groomed, and breeded. I say breeded because if you talk to most women of our descent, just us that have some type of African, indigenous, aboriginal blood in them. I dated a woman. She was Nigerian. I dated a Jamaican woman that were Americanized, that wasn't internationally known, or they didn't grow up there, but their parents might be from there, their great grandparents. They all say there's other things they say, but this is one of the things they say. They talk about the no good men. They're promoted more. If you watch TV, if you watch videos, if you even YouTube, we talk about the new, I hate this terminology, the alpha and beta male. But then I made a video on there's a sigma male, there's a zeta male, there's a gamma male. So what are they? They only using two things again, nature versus nurture. There's two things, but there's other aspects. So we're going to have to understand the other aspects. So we're going to dive into that. She said attraction because he's stronger or whatever he's presenting to her. She's more attracted. We're going to call this one #proudness. She's more attracted because it's proudness, and the word she used is aggressiveness. I always said that, and she's right. I'm going to say it's indoctrinated in program. It's ingrained in them from a child age. Yes, my brother said it. Here you go. Thank you. No one is born that way. We are programmed to operate what is instilled or ingrained within us from a child's age. People are indoctrinated to believe certain things, and some choose to run with it. And he said it a better way. And thank you, my brother. I'm going to leave that up there for a while. That's why she thinks that way. She's attracted to the guy. Now, you got to think. Now, I want to put this out in the atmosphere. Think about this. This is not a statistic. Every black person is not born in the hood, the ghetto, or the projects. But the guys they are attracted to, and the guys they're talking to, oh, no problem. Appreciate it, sister. The guys that they are attracted to, and the guys that we are more, our women are more obliged to want because of his aggressiveness. That's what she used. It's not coming from a place of truth. I'm gonna say that's true. A woman said, I'm attracted to the hood dude. I was born in the hood, quote unquote, the projects, the ghetto. I said, but I ain't gonna call them the names that they use online. Let me see, a guy I grew up with. Jeremy, rest his soul. He lived next door to me. He wasn't a hood dude. I'm gonna say Tito. You know, everybody know a guy named Tito. We're gonna use Tito. We got Tito's, but it's not specifically for any Tito. Tito, literally, this is my door. This is his door. I can hear what on his side of the wall. I can hear what's my side of the wall. She said, I like hood dudes. We both grew up in the hood. Tito grew up next door to me, and this is me. And I'm me. And I said, oh, I grew up in the hood too. And she didn't say nothing. So we got to think about that. That's a program. That's an ingrained. I literally gave her something and she couldn't think beyond what I just said. Because she said, I like hood dudes. I grew up in the hood, same as Tito. But she liked the Tito more. So all the 40 to 30% of black men that women want, they grew up next door to me, basically. So it's not that they want the hood dude, because I'm a hood dude. Think about that. I'm a hood dude as well. So she don't want the hood dude. She said it out her mouth. She wants the aggressive dude. Now, that's where the panel is going to come in. I'm a man. I know what aggressive is, but I want to hear her from a woman's mind. So when I do part 2 to this, the panel part, then I'm going to bring on women. And I want to find women that, how she was speaking, I want to find women. If you can help me, brother and sisters out there, when you watch this, find me women that think like as she do. Because all the women I've been with, They think that way, but they don't live their life that way. They don't want the bad dudes. Some of them are married and they're not with bad dudes. These are dudes that presented themselves like that, called them first, that took them out on a date, that opened the door, that whatever the thing that the men. No, I want to do a part 2 panel. Like, I want to go over this real quick and then do a part 2 panel. So just because I'm doing the 3 parts today. I did the first part already. This is a part 2 panel. So I'm gonna go to your is your email on your thing, brother? Because I want to get brothers too. I want to get like 2 women because I don't know how people can fit. If I can't fit that many, I'm gonna use a different streaming app. I want to get 3 women. I want 2 of them to have that mind of they want the hood dude, and I want 1 woman don't care for the hood dude. I want 2 men that's not the hood dude, but that can explain it from that perspective. All right, brother. And then I want the 1 dude from that perspective. I'm more that perspective. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do every half an hour in between because I gotta dock up the other one. I was trying to do the timeline things on YouTube, but I think I gotta play with it. I gotta Google that, how to do that. I never did that. I want to put that in there, the timeline. So when I start doing shorts, they can go to the timeline. So it could be like a 6 minute to like 10 minute. I call them shorts because usually that's the attention span of most people. Know this, even children. It's the 10 minutes. So you can look at the 10 minutes like, oh, that's interesting. Let's have that discussion about that 10 minutes, but it's about the whole thing. So I want to get part. So I want to have that. So she's saying she's more attracted. So we're going to have to understand, as he stated, unlearn. How can Black people, women, unlearn that the bad boy attractiveness? But she said most Black women or Indigenous women are women of our same race or same background. Okay, brother. Saying they are more attracted to a certain type of man based on his aggressiveness. So she said you're going to have to unlearn. So why I put a part 2 of this, why good Black men should be as bad boy, why would that be a bad idea for me? And I think any brother, you're inviting negative. Because it's in aggressiveness, it's not all positive all the time. So they say most men get the women because of the way he talked to her. I can't talk. I say, I don't whistle at her, right? Okay, they don't want cat. Let's say he don't. He say, what's up, ma? I don't say, what's up, ma? I don't portray the lingo, the verbiage that she desire because that's part of attractiveness. So you have to unlearn that. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Or can I talk to you for a minute? I'm not whistling at her. I'm not catcalling her. I'm not word mouth. I'm not mouthpiecing her to get her attention. Because attractiveness comes attention. They have to unlearn the attractiveness of a good man. Good men don't have to learn the attractiveness of a bad boy. Say it again. The women will have to learn the attractiveness of a good man. I'm not attracting what I don't want. She's trying to attract what she wants. If she want a good man, she has to X out bad boy any parts of that. I'm not saying I can't approach her and say I can still be a good man and say certain things in the verbiage, but that don't come with. She got to remember, if you wanting that all down the line, you're gonna get to a part and be like, bad boy time. No, I know. But that's coming from my brother was saying, she was speaking for all women don't agree with her. If you extract the nature and nurture theory, you notice she didn't say that one piece is what sometimes the matterism behind the appearance. Exactly. But if you take the aggressiveness, because I don't have that aggressiveness, and a lot of women, when they first see you, brother, when they first see you and you speak well and you have mannerism, which is part of your code of ethics, the ethics that you are committed to, because your mother, your father, or you decided within yourself, because say your father was just a guy out there in the street, or your mother out there in the street, or they didn't ever give you that piece of information or that guidance, or never challenged you on that, you're not gonna just act that way because you're just gonna blame your mother. And that's when the power of the things we talk about, we just can't blame our past for the way we act now. Because as an adult, as a man, we can't keep blaming other things because those other things are not prevalent in my life no more. See what I'm saying? And I got which that's how I explained it out from my understanding. So you say, all right, so we on the same line. See? And that's all I was looking for, to be on the same line. I'm not trying to convince nobody, but we coming from understanding. That's what I do. That's what I do. I want understanding with some people. And so with that understanding, so now we talked about if I present myself in a mannerism or a certain way, what is it? Instead of her saying I should be as the futures, I'm not going to use the other guys because I'm using him because that's what the aggressive bad boy, or because we already know we use the celebrities. The same guys get the women. Drake get the women. Future get the women. Don't matter how many kids he has, how many kids he don't have. Don't matter his skin complexion. He get the women. So it don't matter because it still was based on the bad boy theory of what is a bad boy. So if they get those women, Drake might have that, but in the passive aggressive. More Future might be more aggressive, which he has shown he's more aggressive. And that's what I want to say she's speaking on. I'm not saying not counting all things. Oh, okay. She came through. Hey, brother, I didn't see his comments, but yep. And Sister Vale said it goes to prove women are visual as well. She doesn't see the mannerism of a hoodoo, regardless of the fact he was raised in one. She doesn't see it. So she just don't see it. You don't see it. She don't see that the good man is good because of the mannerism she was raised or the environment. It's like she said, her environment. Yep, her environment, she said, sister and brothers and everybody. She said the environment. So, but she said it was because it was nature. I mean, innate ability born. So the birds know to fly south, or they know that bears know to hibernate. That's an innate ability. I mean, I'm not gonna compare that. You like that type of man because that's your innate ability, like that type of man. That's what nature means. It's like it almost, not per se, but and it say you can't help or change where you were born, right? But as you age, it does mean to take the negatives you were around and adopt them how you carry or present yourself. And that's what she said. She said, women gonna have to unlearn, and men, this is the part now. It says, what is good for the good man? So you gotta think about that. So if good men have to change to be more right. If men have, so good men don't have that aggressiveness, which kind of don't make sense. Because approaching somebody to have some type of ongoing relationship with them, that's part of aggressiveness. Or you can say bold. So you want, now I can agree with that. If you want good men to approach you more boldly, not just look at you, not just buy you a drink. No, literally physically walk up to you, say hi, and be bold with it and present himself that way. That I can get it. I can really get that. He said both the men and women are in reality of one of them only through the recognize the fruit of the confusion. And one is caught in reality, other is caught in illusion. What is good for the good man? Both the man and the woman are in reality of them, only through the recognize the fruit of the confusion, and the one that's caught in reality, the other is caught in illusion. So the good man that admires a woman, quote unquote, like a woman, he walks up to her. but her, a certain type of man, before he even walk up to her, and what he says, that determines how she receives him. That's this deep, but it's not that deep because it's like he's under the surface. He's like below, now he under it. He's saying, and this is not a diss because it's an outlook. She has an image of a man before he even walk up to her. She has an image of a man before he walk up to her. So as he walk up to her, the image of the man in her head, her heart, because now this is fostered, this is nurtured, groomed, breeded, even guided and challenged to the point where that's what she believed. That's why they say women know 5 seconds in what she want out of that man. 10 seconds or after a sentence or two or a paragraph of what he said to her. She already know. That's why they say that. I believe it, but then it's a reality in there too. So she already determined what type of man he is. I had women, and then I asked this woman. I asked her. She said that dude looked more. I hate them terminologies. I don't use them. Manly via masculinity, masculine. I hate the word. So his manness, his man nature, that's the word we should use, but okay. His man nature somehow presented himself to her just in them first few seconds of her looking at him. The one dude walked to the door, strong to her. I'm 6'5". I don't look strong to her. And she said, so I challenged her. Now this is the challenge part. I said, what made you determine the type of man I was by looking at me? People love imagery, and instead of the exterior, they focus on the exterior. The fruit of the confusion is caught in reality, and the other is caught in an illusion. She already had an illusion of that man. So I challenged her. I said, if you use that of every time you meet a man, she's not married. You want to be married. You want betterment in your life, right? You use that every time of how you approach, not just because if she used that with men, what else she used that with? Her life, right? She used that in her whole life. That means her career, her family. So you gotta look at that. I can't think that way. I can't say brother Proudmixedchild or 12 of L's by their names, or even watching them is something I don't fully know them. I can watch them more, but now I have to now interacting with them. And that's still within that. So, but she's still, even through all that interaction and everything, she still determined I was the lower M, I was the S word to her. Even though through what of good man decisions, I didn't make those same bad decisions. I am still in her mind the S word. I'm not the M word to her. See what I'm saying? So, and some women and some men are caught in a conflict with self, which in turn sometimes leads them to not truly knowing what they're looking for is confounded in duality. 2 parts. Duality. She don't truly know. It's the ideal of that man. But what's the ideal of that man? Think about it. She said the ideal of this man is she's sexually attracted to him. One moment. Yes. All right, I'm back. All right, chat good. Thank you. Thanks for the interaction and everything. You make me want to do a panel now. But I want to get this through. I want to get this through because I want young brothers that's any part of all of these movements, pills and stuff to like hear it genuinely from a side of saying like, you are you though. I'm not Future. I'm not Wilson. I'm not Smith. I'm not Watson. I'm not Peterson. I'm not Rice. I'm none of those. I'm me. But how do I navigate? Why is it the thought process is this way? Because it's social media. It's an order. It's programmed. It's ingrained. It's instilled. It's fostered. It's nurtured. It's breeded. But you don't have to join in. But you do have to find a way to understand. So you can't say she hate me because she only want a hood dude. I say it all the time. I tell you right now, a lot of black women don't, but they don't want good black men because good to them, and she said it, fun, not aggressive. But in her ideal and reality, that's not even true. Because he did that. He's bold. He did everything. He took you out. That wasn't fun. You went go-karting. You went to the theater. You went to the festivals. He got you a gift. But if that's not fun, but you see the same thing, don't get mad. This is what happened. Nutshell. She didn't want you. Dude, she didn't want you. Nothing to do with you. She didn't want you. I know that sounds silly. I want the brothers to know you don't got to get mad because of women like that. It's other women. All women don't think that way. It's women that want a good dude. So that's going to be that's going to be part 3. Part 3 going to be good. That's going to be after this one. I was like, when I get done. Bill, you probably going to want to be on. You probably want that one. You probably going to want to come up because it's going to be a lot of truth. And it's going to be hard because I had to finally come to an understanding that for a lot of indigenous men that's in America, we're going to have to do it. And it's going to, and that's going to be their only way. What did I miss? Some people are fragmented in thought. They don't come together in thought and within themselves. That's true. What is she looking for, though, is the real question. A realist, idealist, opportunist, all the qualities she hopes for don't all lie within one person, only one, maybe 2 of them. She want them all, brother. You ever see the movie Top 5? It's called The Top 5. I think Paula Patton or one of them beautiful ladies that play in the movies. That she found the man that had all 5, but they all 5 weren't perfect. But in the other 5, what she wanted in this man, it was perfect because he established it all. It was perfect what she wanted. That man, he established it all. But the other parts he didn't have. He had other 4, but this man had all 5. But he was the LeBron James. He was well-rounded. I consider myself layered. My sister, I hear voices, but I don't feel like I'm a single person. That's true. We're not single. And if you subtract the facade from the person and scour the layers of what shape and mold them, who they are, ask deeper questions. Push the envelope respectfully, and even if it's solid answers, even if you get solid answers, interpretation. So that's how she think. That's how she think. But you wanna hear her think it all the way through. Her ideal as a man is not the man she's actually really looking for. She's looking for so the ideal of a bad boy, you're not looking for the bad boy. I'm gonna have to put intermission part. The intermission thought for that time stamp. And all right. So the next question, sexuality, aggressiveness. Now this part is looking down on the good man. Why is the good man looked down upon? Because when you look at a lot of what she says, not all the women, but it's a good amount. Because remember, 60% black mothers are single, 60% black women are single, and 60% of black men are single too. Then, so that shows that's the 60% across the board. So that's more than half. That's what I'm looking at. I don't care about the number, but I'm looking at is more than half of our race of people, Aboriginal, indigenous people, that's trying to come together, that want to be together. Got to understand we're not being together because we're using that downplay of good. He's not exciting because he don't what? Now we got to speak truth. Good men are not exciting because we don't bring drama. He comes home. He takes care of the home. He's on a date. He's being respectable. He's holding the manners. I'm a jokester. You're going to laugh. But it's not exciting because now we're going to have to look at the outlook of it. Because a lot of brothers will tell me what it is. It's going to be a different word. My brother, Proudmixedchild, might say something else. They needed drama. You don't create drama. How was your day? I have no argument. The only we have disagree come in is when my experience don't match hers. So I will call it this. We are both raised in different environments. We both grew up in different environments. And once we went outside, we seen different environments. We're bringing our environments together to not argue, but we're going to disagree because we have not experienced the same thing. Now, I have experienced it because within myself, I don't argue and fight my ideas of who I am. I know from the outside, whether I'm not going to use all this patriotical, these words to say from the outside, women not highly attractive to me because they said it to me. I'm not going to get mad and fight that. I'm going to say, okay, that's what she thinks. That's what she thinks. That's what she thinks. That's what she thinks. Besides my mother, I had other women say I look good. That's not what she thinks. That's not. So why am I portraying of what she said to me to all women? Because all women. So what I have to do, we look down upon. I'm not looking down. So see, you women, you thought a lot of people thought I was going to have a negative outlook. No, I can't look down about she don't think I'm attractive. But what I can do, there's nothing I can do to make myself attractive to her. So why am I worried about her trying to be attracted to me? Think about that, brothers. When you watch this, when you listen to that real good. She's not attracted to me. Why am I worried about the one that's not attracted to me? Try to get her to be attracted, but she said I was handsome. She said she was attracted. She said she'd give me a chance. Why? What's different about her over here? She got booty. She got breasts. She beautiful too. That's on you. Nothing to do with the woman. That's what I would tell them brothers out there in them pills. That what you mad about has nothing to do with the woman. Is you. You're trying to entertain. Now, this is not a diss. You're entertaining that woman that don't want you. Go entertain a woman that wants you. That's why my platform in 4 years will never change, because I'm not entertaining the people that's not going to listen to my message. My message may not be for them now, but when that pandemic hit, that message was for them. Because now they got to sit down, and now they really do got to ask, who are you? My Proudmixedchild, he does that. Who am I? You got to sit down. So to build my platform or my anger off of what don't like me versus what, quote unquote, don't or admire me, like, quote unquote, don't like me or like me. I basically, quote unquote, such as what don't versus what do. That's my fault. But no man, so I'm the man now. That's in these, whoever watching and is going to see this, I'm the man in their life to explain this to them. It say, if time doesn't stop and look at life as a loop that continues, how would one piece be with a person that's stuck in the moment? Right. That woman wants you. She don't. That woman wants you. I'm going to the right. This is the right side, even though it's like it's on my left. That right woman, I'm always going to go right before I go left. Left is the only reason I'm going left, because I'm supposed to go that way, because that's the only way I can go that direction to get to the right. I got to go left sometimes to get to the right. That's the only way I'm going to the left. I'm not going to the left. I got to go to the right. I'm going to keep going to the right. I'm not going no other direction. I'm not going to keep following something that don't serve me and don't empower me. So as a good man, what do you get out of only going for the woman that wants you? He's not exciting because our view of her aesthetics doesn't live up to her expectation, especially if it's about the physical attraction. She don't want you. So what do I get out of it not wanting her? She's not wanting me and not paying no more attention. A peace of mind. My heart not damaged. My reality not damaged. My ideal of the woman, because my mother is my first example. My mother don't wear see-through clothes. I don't want a woman. I don't want my woman. If I need some material to excite myself, oh, look at the naked woman outside. But the woman that's really exciting me, that's the woman I'm giving my attention. So when women start saying, well, the indigenous black African descendant man, he like this. Or when they start pointing at me, I'm like, show me. I can show you all my pictures. My women strung from dark skin to light, from chocolate to light brown to caramel mocha. I'm not fond of the vanilla. I love vanilla ice cream though. Or whatever it is. My women don't. That's who I'm aiming for because they remind me of my mother. Because my mother wasn't about certain parts of her life as a lot of other women were. So what I'm going to pay more attention to, more us young brothers and men, pay attention to the women that want us. And that's what I do. Why? Okay, my platform, a perfect example. Why I pay attention to the woman that never watched none of my videos, that never commented on none of my stuff. So I was trying to be with a woman that never, it's like, she don't watch my videos. Oh, you don't even look at them? What's the title? You don't know? Why would I want to be with that woman? But this woman over here telling me all about what I said. Oh, what I said? Oh, dang. The woman that listened to me, the woman that want me. But you got to remember, the men that want a lot of these other women don't want them. They don't want them because they what? They're sexually attracted. See what she said? That lady said she's sexually attracted. She didn't say she was emotionally. She said physical is part of it, but full blown. But she wasn't spiritually attracted to him. She is spiritually attracted to you. That's why when they get an older age, now she wants them. Because that no longer can hold truth. You entertain it. Don't entertain what you don't want truth to. I don't want that lady. But I can't tell young men sometimes now if you compare the good, I don't know. So I don't say good woman because I can be honest, besides my mother and women I have been with, I don't know what a good woman is yet. So, and what my aspects, real quick, the side note of good woman. What is a good woman to me? What is a good woman to me is, let me write the things on there, part two, because I want to get these mixed up. So when I do my timestamps, what is a good woman to me? My mother, this is how my mother raised me as a child. Grand Rising, brother. How you doing? Everybody, I'm doing good. Thank you. Real quick, people are easily persuaded and jaded by what expects or demands of too much of them. When you refuse to false interest and get what you I gotta go slower. People are easily persuaded and jaded by what expects or demand too much of them. When you refuse false interest, you get to see what states interest in you, but eventually wasn't interested at all. So what they want, what they need is a man that she's not sexually attracted to. based on her ideals of the man, of what she was programmed, ingrained, instilled by other women to be, or by what she's seen in her environment. But the same guy born in that same environment never got stimulated enough in her mind, because her options and the things she chose was the man that they became the product of her mind. I say product of her environment, became the product. So she enjoyed that man that stimulated her mind. But in reality, it was false, because that man still holds everything and carry that she needs from a man. But it's gonna take her some time to realize it, because she gotta unlearn it, and she don't know how. Instead of her saying, I don't know how to do that. She don't need therapy. She just need to go around women that actually have men that don't do or is not, and that never chose those type of men. I'm not saying those men can't have a woman. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Much love. I'm not saying she can't. I ain't saying the bad boys are all bad. I know a lot of them got married. I was married. I'm 39, married before me. And they don't cheat on their women. They don't abuse them. But she says aggressiveness. It's the persona of the man. But them really were bad boys. Yeah, them dudes was in the streets. They was in the streets. So a couple of them. Some of them were just like, just the persona, the facade. But a lot of them was bad boys. So what I seen from my mother, so that was the side note. So what I seen from my mother is where I get all of my things from, because I always reference my mother. And I thank the creator for my mother, and I thank my father for presenting his seed into my mother. And I came out of the procreation. And I thank my father, even though if you don't have I'll thank my parents, whether we bad terms or I'll never have bad terms with my parents. I just say just whatever it is. I don't have that. I don't want to go back and try to therapist. So the rapist of my parents' mind with psychology. Take it is for what it is. And I have a question. And they answer. No, you good. I agree. No, I agree. And this is helping young men when they read that. And I make sure my comments are shown off my videos. When they read that, they can see that. So they know. It say, I want the brothers to think. You mad because you want her to want you and she don't want you. And you put in your energy, and I call it negative energy because it's not positive. Because if it was positive, you wouldn't be in these spaces, because the people that they're around, they're bringing negative energy. In this case, negative energy to me is what you can't control. You can't control that. Why don't you go into the positive energy, which you have control over? So versus your home and outside of your home, I have the power, the positive power to turn off my TV. Now, if I allow my TV and it hurts me, that's negative, that's my fault as well. So it's his fault that somebody's not attracted to him and he wants them and she don't want them. That's his fault if he keep trying to entertain that. That's on his. And I want brothers to know that. That's why these pills is not great. All these movements are not great, even for the women. You mad because they going through the same thing. So my mother showed me what the woman is. Not end all begin all, but if I'm going to work or if I didn't work that day, I should be doing laundry. But if I'm at work, my woman should be doing the laundry. If I didn't work, and then we share a bit, we still have the basic functions. They talk about modern man and modern woman, traditional. There's nothing traditional and modern about what is the man nature and the woman nature. The reason we call it protect and provide, because when she get pregnant, he protects and provides. She's given life. You put the seed into her, procreated life. That life is being created. You have to protect it, because she loses a lot of her power, because she's giving her life power, and through your life power to that child to be birthed into this world. But nobody talks, like these big platforms don't talk about that. So I will always give honor and grace and praise to my mother and my father. So if you don't give them that, they got to understand. Accepting rejection is mandatory. If it happens because you're getting angry, If she doesn't want you, best to respect her feelings, but anger won't change the complexity of the situation. Exactly. It won't change nothing if she's going out. That's not, she's probably, my mother, when I seen her reject guys, she wasn't loud and proud about it. She wasn't on a, they like, well, the parents had platforms. My mother wouldn't be on social media doing that. Oh, just because there's an OnlyFans. My mother wouldn't make an OnlyFans because she's a single mother. My mother was a bus aide. She did the board of education. She was the cook. So my mother showed me, even though if prostitution never changed, she never became one. So my father was never a drug dealer. He never became one. So for me to tell young men that's your only option, I'm gonna say if that's the environment they was around, I seen drug dealers, I seen people use crack, but my mother and father withstand that. Wow, my mother and father, that's easy. And if they didn't, man, all these people that the career, so me to learn about certain things, brother, even Proudmixedchild. Now I'm gonna check out my brother Tyrese, my sister 12. For me to learn things, I viewed it. So my positivity is I'm watching what I can watch. I can't blame my environment. That's not my environment fault anymore. It's my onus is back on me because I'm in my purpose. I know who I was when I made that commitment. That was part 1 video, was about a commitment to self, and that was about cheating. And that can go for anything, your whole life. This is based upon decision. I have a decision to get mad if a woman don't want me. If it's a rejection or she just not attracted. You didn't even get rejected. She's not attracted to you. There is no rejection. Rejection is saying I'm attracted to you, and you took her on some dates. And that's a worse rejection than what just happened to me plenty of times. You learn, you observe, and you learn to navigate. So that was my mother. My mother showed me the example of a woman. My father showed me the example of a man. And if they didn't, I always felt as, even if I was about to do something wrong, I thought about them or I thought about a message or something came in my life. And then with that, after a certain age, my parents let go of my hand, no longer a baby. So I have to now challenge my own self. Man, why? Here's a quick side note. Breaking that window is wrong because somebody's going to have to pay some money for that. It ain't out of my pocket. They don't know who did it. But if I break that, I know somebody's going to be hurt. Going back to when I did part 1 about cheating, if I cut myself, I feel the pain. But when you cheat, you cutting her, she feel the pain. But you got to do all the things to help that injury heal. Then even still, there's going to be a mark. And she's going to remember that. So everything that I do in my life, I'm going to remember it. So if I go out and get mad at somebody, I'm going home mad. She ain't mad. That girl don't even remember you, dude. She remember nothing about you probably. She already had her illusion of what she wanted a man. You just wasn't it. Big deal. But you talking to these other women, no problem, brother. Appreciate it. Talking to these other women, boom. And so now according to coming to the not the end, the good part, shame instead of teach. Why are we shaming young men or teach guide? Why are we shaming young men into their rejection? There's nothing wrong with a woman not being admired, not admiring you. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. That's probably the best thing for you. Because you know what I learned? When a woman have not wanted me, bullets. Dodged bullets. I dodged pain. I dodged anger. Because when you do get angry, it's not like I talk about anger, but when you get angry sometimes, it's like, woo. Nobody can help you with that. That's my fault that I got angry. I dodged bullets when that woman didn't want me. So that woman said that she don't want me. I already know she want bad boy. I'm not a bad boy. I would never present. But the funny part about that, real quick, hand to hand, feet to feet. Thank you. No, but I'm good. That woman went, no. Those women showed me they don't want me. I'm okay with that. Because I know it's not being funny and not putting words in my mouth. I'm just saying from what I've seen. So far, 2 beautiful ladies interviewed me yesterday. Check it out, the videos. 12 Veil, Sister Veil, and Sister Sheila. I think they're beautiful women. And I would say more, even if they felt that way about bad boys, I don't think that was their route on what men they chose. I don't see that from them. I don't even hear that. They just didn't work out. And sometimes too, like, why we see these platforms, these loud and proud platforms, I wish they just start having reality on there. Just say, dude, it didn't work out or miss. It's not because you're a certain skin complexion. He just wasn't attracted to you. Nothing to do with that. Then when she talk, you can hear it. Dude, when you talk, I can hear why women don't want to be taught. I understand that. But I know that at the same time, I'm not for those women. I already know I'm not. Like, not being funny. If a woman can sit there, it's not on me. Exactly. He said, yeah, everybody have their own perspective of how they want an individual to be from how they was raised in their background. That's how they end up being with each other, like you said. And that's what it said it is, what it is. That is because he said each end up being with each other, like you said, is the narrative. Exactly. That's their narrative. That's what they have. Nothing you can do about it. You're going to get chose one day. You might meet the right woman. But if you taking advice, if you going out now, here's that next part. Shamed instead of teaching and guide. If you listen to what that lady said, this is bad information. The good guy should be as the bad guy. That's bad information. Because in the teachings, now you are in his environment, his atmosphere. You're going to start learning what he's doing, even the wrong. If you start learning what he's doing and even the wrong, guess what? That good going to start it's going to start metamorphose, and it's transforming into something else. And you're going to turn into what? Bad boy. That's the whole point of the bad boy. We don't like it. If that's the overall anything, we don't want the bad boy in us at all. We want us to be in us so we can present us to her to see if that's something she desires or wants, or that's the man I am. If not, I can move on and find a woman. I'm not saying not work on yourself to be. So she's like, have more, because I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes because I can do it. I'm going to say no when I can't. Not say can't. I'm going to say no when I'm not able to do it. And I'm not going to say yes just for the yes of it. Like young people, everybody look at the outside of preference, attractiveness. When people get older and start changing, they want what you could bring to the table and more. Exactly. I look at the outside. We do that. We know we find an attractive woman. I always tell brothers that I'm with, they try to like the women, they attracted to my women eventually because they see how good I am. Then they get to see, thank you, brother. Thank you. We just talked about the shame and the different aspects of it. And so she wanted me and I wanted her. The men didn't want her, but then they see me interact with her like, yo, that girl, like that woman, yeah. That's what I seen. You ain't see that because they was looking at the outside of her. Still attractive, but they wanted the model look. And now people, I don't say a lot of brothers, a lot of women too. The model look is not always because she got on makeup and weave either. Some women that I can show you just some women that just pretty. She's a social media person. This young lady that's just straight out just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She go by I don't know. I think that's her real name, Erica Lachey. Is Erica with the CLESHAI. Just straight beautiful. I think she's about 26, 27. Beautiful woman. No makeup. You go to her social medias, no makeup. Natural hair. So you compare her to who's a chocolate woman that just wear a lot of makeup that we know. I don't know. I can't think of nobody. Angel Bassett is beautiful too, because I'm 39. Who else? I thought Whitney Houston was beautiful. Queen Latifah is beautiful. I wasn't Halle Berry. Robin Givens was my girl. Lila Rashawn, Melissa DeSosa, A. Marie. So if I lined up all my women and women try to fight me on the type of women I want, they're gonna be wrong because they don't know. And they're gonna say, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought Kim Kardashian is beautiful without her makeup on and everything. And with it on, she is, but she looked different. But some guy will say, I don't think she's pretty. Okay, she ain't pretty to you. I don't think B. Simone that track. I don't think Doja. I don't like Cora Ray. I don't care for Lizzo. And so you can't say, well, Lizzo, I like the Queen Latifah. Get out of here with that. So when you make a comparison, you gotta be like, show me a woman. I'll let you know. Normandy, she's beautiful. Kelly Rowland. Beyonce, not my chick, but she's pretty, but she wouldn't be at the top of my list. Rihanna, pretty, not at the top of my list. What everybody like, sometimes I don't want what every other man think is beautiful. Because I'm my own man. So listening to bad information, I don't care if a woman is a size 6. That's bad information. That's what I say when people say, well, I agree with the agreeance of things. A woman should be raised a certain way. Her father puts her crowns on her head. Her uncle or the man that supposed to be there is that supposed to be there. It's okay. Some people make their choice. It's okay not being wanted. That's probably the best thing in your life. The intent. Some people is lust. You can lose yourself. And that's the number one thing, brother. Losing yourself. And this is why that's a bad idea, because you lose who you are as a man, as you. If I start acting as Future or Smith or Wilson or Aubrey, Carter, if I start acting as them, I'm losing who I am. That's not who I am. Some things as a man, us men here, Mr. Tyrese, Proudmixedchild, my brother there, we gonna have different views on it. But men, we are men. We're gonna protect, provide. Our man nature is always the same. You cannot force a change of dynamics over time, because if you change that dynamics over time, you destroy time. You destroy everything that was already created. And if you destroy it, you're eradicating it. You can't build off of destroyed things. You got to do a lot of work. The 9/11 building is still not cleaned up. I don't care how many buildings you put over it. I don't care how you try to do the land. The stuff that's never going to, the remembrance. Jennifer Hudson, Carrie Hilson, exactly. Got different views on who's beautiful or how beautiful. So I would say women, stop looking at the men who they find and clicking on the pictures and liking, and you see what about the other women he clicking on their pictures? You don't notice that. That's another thing I noticed. Women, because I did the pound of rocks in the 2 videos ago, which is heavier, the feathers or the rocks? I even did that with my sister Vales. They're the same weight. They both a pound. But you need less rocks to get a pound. You need more feathers. So when women start looking at things, it's equality over quantity. I don't want a woman with a lot of things about her to meet what she's desired. I want a woman with less. I want an easier woman. Not an easy woman, easier, because I know in her mind she's okay with who she is. Somebody with a lot of things not okay. Why would I need to leave my home if I make my home why would I leave my house if my home is my house is my home? Home is where the heart is. My heart is in my home. So when you come over, you're like, this is different. I can see. Oh, you moving. When you come to my home, you can see that I'm moving. But when you come, when you come to my house, oh, you still working on it. Yeah. Live in an apartment. That's my house. It ain't my home. But I came back from moving. I gotta make sure my home. So if you go to somebody's home and they got cluttered, oh, you can see why their decision making is cluttered. Sometimes you got to align to what it is. They come and go. And he said, when you give your thoughts and common statement for who disagrees with you combatively is, and who are you or your opinion don't matter, or you broke society full of robots. Exactly. Those are people. That's the bad examples. You broke because I'm not going to take you somewhere that costs a lot. That's a waste of money when I can get you this that lasts you a longer time, quantity or for quality. No, or maybe I don't know what to do with. I don't know what I should be doing with you because you're not proving yourself. My worth of me is greater than trying to impress you. Brothers, when you see this, my worth of me is greater than trying to impress you. So I worked hard to have this. I'm not just going to waste it on something that literally has no value. And he'll say, this has value. Well, she has value because I know her worth. Because when I talked to her, she didn't diss me. She didn't belittle me. She didn't call me less than. She don't think she's superior to me. She don't think she's better than me. That's what her worth is to me. Right. Protect who you are. And overall, success of interaction. I'm not going to say a woman. Your success of interaction is not based on that woman and how she received you. Your success in me knowing when, as my brother Proudmixedchild earlier in the comments says, knowing to say, okay, I'm not going to let this get to me. And as I said earlier, thank you, brother. I know, good chat. Appreciate everybody. Proudmixedchild, brother Tyrese, sister Vale. Who else came through? Somebody else came through. If I forgot who else came through, I'm sorry. I have to go through when the comments come up. But yes, and I thank you. So the success of what you're doing from the title, part 2, good black man should be as bad boy. Why it's a bad idea. Your success is not based on the ideal of the bad boy. Your success is based on how you present yourself to that woman. She wants you. She accepts you to give you your phone number. She accepts your date. How you doing, Sister Sheila? Yeah, Sister Sheila. Accept you on your date. That is the success of being a good man. But anything else is not a success. Don't worry about it. She don't want you. She don't need you. She don't know if she needs you or not, but that's her choice. Let it be her choice. So that's the part 2 presentation of the ideals of a bad boy will not probably be fitting for you because things we brought up. What do we underestimate and overestimate about bad boys when they talk to the women? What are things we don't notice that good men do, that bad men do, that part he can do, which is proudness, quote unquote, which the lady, the missus, she called aggressiveness. This is not for every black woman and every black man. So what can we unlearn from the bad boy mentality? Take away the bad parts is in maybe mannerism, how we approach her and how we treat her after the fact. What can those women unlearn? To not be receptive or accepting of my initial, what you call that? I don't say contact. Initial approach with her. What else you can unlearn? The ideal, the facade, the illusion of what a man should be, or what is manness via masculinity to her. You cannot determine masculinity by looking at a man. You can't determine masculinity by what a man do most of the time. Because if it's masculine him to pay the bills and he's paying the bills, how is he beta or a simp when those factors are and play, and he's doing what he said he's going to do as in part 1 with commitment. He has a commitment. He's holding his commitment. So how is he less of a man? How are you giving him a lesser status to her in her mind when he's doing everything he's supposed to do? That's the unlearning part. The good of the men. So in the good of the man, that man is going to be good always. Stop saying it's the time when I get angry. That's the protection part. I'm a warrior. I'm a man. I'm indigenous, Aboriginal, African descendant, and black man in America. I live in America. So telling me I am this or I am that based on my woman, the lady I'm with, my sister, the women in my family, the women online, I'm going to cover for and I'm going to protect them. Don't matter what. That has nothing to do with anybody else. And also, the side note, the good of the woman. How was that woman raised? What is her environment? And then my example from me, where do he get all of his examples from? That man, the good man or the bad man? His environment. But mine came from my mother, who helped me become the man, the respectable man I needed to be, which single mother lose of proudlessness. She can't be proudless because that's a woman. Being around other men or learning what he should know what to do. But then that's boldness. Other things, like I said, Steph Curry is a three-point specialist. LeBron is an all-around player. Kevin Durant is a big man scorer. Giannis is a go to the hole. So you put all of them together, you'll get LeBron, the all-around. I'm just using that as a comparison because that's what LeBron is. That's what those guys are. Not to talk about sports or debate about it, but you're going to get specifically. But as be all around within you, so that means no, I don't have the proudness or the aggressiveness of who I am. Then boom, tone sets the mood for which way a conversation will sway, even though you are delivering your perspective in a passive text without being condescending. People these days get triggered too easily. Exactly. So my mother is my example. Yes, I see a woman half naked and have some sort, I guess you call appreciation, but that's not who I want. But I would not be contradicting to the woman I want. Never in my life have I been with the woman. Now, if a woman said my job is a stripper, cool. But you don't got to be a stripper outside of that. But people say, oh, how you do that? No, that's two different things. She's at work naked. I'm not talking about respect. I'm not getting deeper into that. I'm just saying she don't have to look as a stripper when she's not at the strip club. But if she is, why? That's her thing. I don't want no woman that way. But I also don't want a stripper. But I'm not dissing her because of that, because she said it did something in her past. But bringing that up, did you grow from that? Her size don't matter. That's another thing. Her weight don't matter. Her shoe size, her dress size don't matter. How much money, her degree, I will congratulate her on her degree, but it matters to a sense of it has to be its place of matter. Even my degree don't matter. My income don't matter. So when you meet people that think this way and you don't, this is the all final mighty thing you can do. Don't interact. Say, good to meet you. Bye. Don't fight it. She try to come towards you. Remember, you're on your terms. You don't have to be on their terms, the world term. That keep you single? Keep you single. But my next part is about to be in the part about being single that a lot of people don't look over, and we got to start acting as my brother Proudmixedchild. He's a mixed person. We all are mixed with something else that we got to understand. Black power, pro-black, I talk about all day with the black men and black women, but I also want love. I want love to come from any spot, any place in the world, and that's where the man can find it. So that's in my part 3. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. Thank you, Sister Sheila, Vale, Proudmixedchild, Brother Tyrese, and whoever else I forgot. Thank you for coming by. Whoever's peeped they hid in during this presentation of why taking on attributes of a good man may not be so great for the man that you want to be, the man you are. So I appreciate it. So around maybe 12:30 or between that time, I'm gonna come do my part 3 that is not a trigger warning, but it's gonna be different. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, sisters. You have a good day. And if you have time, and Sister Sheila, Sister Val, Tyrese, share out. Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing me out. If you had time, come check out part 3 for different people. So I'm gonna get a different what you call it, type of people coming in that I normally won't get. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Shalom.